Hello, hi, good morning, dear students. Today I am going to review whatever I taught at the end of part 1 detailing of this chapter, The Lost Child. So, dear children, today I am going to detail page numbers 4, 5, and 6. See, in the last detailing of the chapter, we came to know that when the child came near the roundabout and he wanted to have a ride in the swing, he wanted to get permission from his parents, so he turned to look at his parents, but they were not there ahead of him. Fear overpowers the child and he starts crying, trying to search for parents. The only words that escape the child's choking throat. The child's throat got choked. Choked means blocked amidst uncontrollable tears. And he went on repeating for his parents. Then, in the next paragraph, you can see the boy ran hither and thither. Hither and thither means in various directions, to and fro, that is backward and forward, everywhere, and then he stood defeated with suppressed, that is uncontrolled sob. Sobs means he was crying bitterly, bitter cry. The child controlled his cry. He tried to look intently. Intently means eagerly, with eager attention, among the patches of bright yellow clothes, but there was no trace of his father and mother. Actually, what has happened in this paragraph, there was a huge crowd of people. So many men and women were talking. The child was looking very eagerly at all those people. He expected that he might get his parents among the crowd. So he went near to them, but he found no trace, no sign of his mother and father. Then the child ran quickly to a shrine. Shrine means a holy place, a sacred place to which people seemed to be crowding. Every little inch of space was congested with men. Actually, it was a shrine, so many people had crowded there to visit, to see the god. So it was congested, it was crowded with men. But he ran through people's leg. Since he was a little boy, he could see the legs of the people. His little sob lingering for his parents. Here lingering means lasting for a long time. Near the entrance to the temple, the crowd became very thick. There was huge crowd near the temple. Even men jostled. Jostled. Jostled means pushed around. And the poor child could see each the people with their looking heavy men with flashing murderous eyes. Flashing meaning shining, murderous eyes means angry look, and hefty shoulders. Hefty shoulders means large, heavy, sturdy. under feet. The poor child could have been trampled, could have been crushed. People could have walked over and crushed that boy by people's movement if the child had not shrieked. Shrieked means shouted at the highest pitch of his voice. It means people have gathered in the temple. The child could see only their feet. If the child could have not shouted loudly at the highest pitch of his voice, obviously the child could have been trampled. Trample means the child could have been tread. Verb 1 is tread. Walked over. The child might have been crushed. Then, thank God, a man, a stranger in the surging crowd, surging meaning overflowing crowd, heard his cry. The boy started crying and stooping, that is meaning of stooping, bending, with great difficulty lifted the child up in his arms. See, this little boy was crying. He was in the congested with so many people. The stranger, the man, saw that boy crying, so he lifted the child up in his arms. The man asked the boy about his parents, but the child only wept, only cried more and more bitterly than ever now. The man was so kind. He tried to soothe, to comfort, to pacify the boy by taking him to roundabout, offered to have a ride on the horse. See, this time the child was crying bitterly. What he wanted more was only his parents. He was not at all interested in any of the things that he had desired, he had intended at the beginning of the chapter when he went along with his parents to the fair. Now, in this paragraph, you can see on page number 5, the man headed towards the place where the snake charmer still played on the flute. See, now that stranger, that man, took the little boy, headed means moved toward the place where the snake charmer was playing on the flute. In this paragraph, the man offered the child all those things which the child wanted at the beginning of the chapter, like the man offered the child sweets, balloons, flowers, toys, took to the snake charmer, and all the beautiful things that the child had earlier requested, that is pleaded for. But now the child doesn't even look at them and firmly declines, as he didn't find them attractive any longer. See, children, in the beginning the child's curious eyes were only on the displayed things, all the things that were displayed in the fair. But now, when he has lost his parents, he was not at all fascinated, not at all attracted to all those things. The stranger had offered everything to please the child, to comfort him, but the child refused to take all those things, because now Those things did not fascinate him, did not attract him. What attracted most was he was crying bitterly for his parents. He retreated, he repeated his sob, his cry only for his dear and dear parents only. So, dear children, what is the story? What is the message of the story? Well, you can write in your own way, but the story conveys the message that children love their parents unconditionally. The child doesn't voice his desires loudly because he is aware of the strictness of his parents. A naughty, lively, obedient, and affectionate character of the child is shown in this story. The message of the story makes the reader understand the worth of parents, the importance of parents in the life of a child. See, the child displayed in this story is obedient and affectionate. He knew that he was already aware that whatever the things he would ask from his parents, they might probably not allow him to buy. Dear children, I have also given the theme, word meaning, title, and message of this chapter so that all these can help and support you to do any textual as well as any imaginary questions related to the chapter. So, children, after this is the end of chapter 1, The Lost Child. You can see the question answers, think about it. I have already given these 5 questions from think about it to do it in your fair copy. So children, how will you do first? You will write the name of the chapter, put date, write word meaning first. Next you will write central idea, theme, then message of the story. After that you will do all the questions of think about it. Let's have a discussion for the textual questions so that it might help you to do in your copy. See children, the first question here, what are the things the child sees on his way to the fair? Why does he lag behind? I hope if you have understood the chapter very clearly, you might be able to do all these questions. So the first question, what are the things the child sees? The child saw twice a group of dragonflies, and as he walked along with his parents, he was showered with the petals of fragrant flowers. He was also attracted by dove, the cooing of dove birds. He even went skipping around the banyan tree in search of them. He, being a small child, lagged behind because he was attracted to everything. He laid his curious eyes on all the things. Why does he lag behind? He lagged behind because he was attracted to all the things displayed in the fair. He laid his curious eyes on all those things. Now moving to the second question. In the fair, he wants many things. What are they? So you have to mention all those things which the child wanted from his parents. So, what all things he wanted? He wanted burfi from the sweet meat seller. Then he wanted flowers from the flower seller, balloons from the balloon seller, and to listen to the music of the snake charmer. But the child moves on without waiting for an answer, because he knew that his parents would find an excuse for not fulfilling any of his demands. The only demand he voiced loudly was that he wanted to go on the roundabout, that is merry-go-round. Now, question number 3. When does he realize that he has lost his way? How have his anxiety and insecurity been discovered? So when did the child realize he has lost his way? Actually, the child was desiring, he was wanting to have a ride in a roundabout swing. He wanted to get permission from his parents. The moment he turned back to get the permission, to his astonishment, he saw that his parents were nowhere at all. They were not to be seen anywhere. His reaction was a full, deep cry that rose from within his dry throat. His body moved and he began crying with fear and anxiety. Wailing loudly, crying loudly, he begins running around wildly, shouting here and there, shouting for his parents in absolute sadness, in absolute desperation. Now, question number 4. Why does the lost child lose interest in the things that he had wanted earlier? See, the boy was suddenly noticed by a man in the crowd who lifted him in his arms and tried to console him. In his attempt at calming down the child, the stranger offers him everything the child had been wanting his parents to buy him. The ride on the roundabout to the Burfi he was very fond of. He has only one reply to the gentleman, and that was he wanted his parents. The little child loses interest in everything around him because he wants to be with his family, who he had left behind somewhere in the crowded fair, as he absent-mindedly moves around enjoying and wanting the various things on display. So that is the answer of question 4. Okay, you dear children, you can also write in your own way if you have understood the chapter. So try to attempt in your own words also. Now coming to the last question, that is, what do you think happened in the end? Does the child find his parents? Well, there is no clue given what happens at the end of the chapter, but obviously we can give some evidences in support of the answer. We hope that the little child who loses his parents into the fear is desperate, sad, anxious and inconsolable. So that man, the stranger, tries his best to console him, pacify him, and offers him toys, sweets, flowers, balloons, etc., everything to stop the outburst and crying of the child. But he would have definitely gone out of his way to unite the child with his parents. On the other hand, the parents also would have made intense efforts. Parents might have also made their great efforts to secure their child. And the three people would have been united. Mother, father and the child. See, the author has introduced this character, the stranger's character, who was completely different from all the other indifferent and unconcerned people in the crowd with the intention of a happy ending. So that's the end of the chapter, dear children. Now next I will be posting the PDF of first chapter from the book Beehive, The Fun They Had. Thank you children. Bye.